In this video, we've compiled the times undercover bosses found out their employee isn't getting paid. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Kim and Deanna from Great Wolf Resorts.
How are we doing here? Would you like me to get your check for you? Oh, you haven't gotten it.
I'm not saying Chris is not good, but some people are just not cut out to be in the service industry.
I have a timber burger. I forgot to ask her how she
There you
wanted
go, go do it.
How did you want your timber burger done?
Well done.
Well done? Okay, so here's a timber burger.
What, do they want cheese?
Great Wolf Resorts CEO Kim Schaefer posed as a new employee of her chain of indoor water parks. She wanted to see if she would discover any problems in the workplace so she could address them as needed. Kim started at a restaurant inside one of their parks where she worked with the server Deanna. Eventually, the topic of money came up in their conversation.
So not knowing how many people are gonna come in and how much you're gonna get in tips, I mean, how
You
do
don't
you?
know.
You don't know.
I never really look on how much tip I make. I just pray.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like it to ruin my day. I work doubles, and I'm like, pray that I walk out with something in my hand.
Right.
You know what my attitude now is? Life's too short. Just
That's true.
move on.
Deanna was just happy to walk out of the restaurant with something, no matter how little it was. As they continued talking, Deanna shared some personal details about her past to Kim.
Well, you're so positive with everybody. I'm trying to take your lead because you're always so friendly with people and take time for the kids. And
Yeah, and you know what? That's what I need to do. You know, I lost my daughter about 11 years ago, and my philosophy is live every single day like it's your last. She was 9 years old
she was 9 years old
when she passed away.
Oh.
Deanna had gone through so much pain in her life, but she maintained a positive attitude. She believed that because she had already gone through the worst, nothing else could bring her down. At the big reveal, Kim made sure to let Deanna know how much the server touched and inspired her.
As a working mom, I know how difficult it is to be away from your family. You've had challenges I can't even imagine. You talked about your angel. You use her as an inspiration for how you live your life every day. And I was so moved by that. And you reminded me of how precious that life is.
Kim wanted to do what she could to help make life better for Deanna, so she offered the model employee an arrangement that had Deanna in tears of joy.
It also made me take a look at you. You're a wonderful server, you're great with our guests. Our brand promise is to make time for your family. So I really want to make time for your family.
Okay.
What I'd like to do is instead of you working your second shift, I'd like you to stay home. So for the next 6 months, I'm gonna actually pay you to stay home. Okay?
Number 2. Sam and Andrew from Oriental Trading Company.
I was afraid you wouldn't recognize it.
Need some help?
I don't want to back things up here, so.
All right, buddy. Dave was not fast, he was slow, but he's trying to get a second chance, and it won't be at OTC.
Sam Taylor, the CEO of Oriental Trading Company, donned a disguise to go into his company that is a direct merchant of value-priced party supplies, arts and crafts, toys, novelties, and school supplies. He wanted to see their inner workings through the eyes of an employee. Sam began his new undercover job at one of their fulfillment centers with Andrew, who was put in charge of training him. He learned from Andrew that the state of the employees working at that facility was pretty bad.
How long have you been doing this?
Too long for no money. About 2 years.
Okay.
The company itself, we claim to sell fun.
We sell fun?
Yes, but there's no fun in this truck.
Oh, this is a tough job?
Very tough. It gets a little hectic, man, at
Does it
times,
really?
so, yeah.
Andrew was underpaid despite the difficult working conditions. He felt that they should be compensated better for what they do for the company. Sam and Andrew continued talking, and Sam learned about Andrew's family.
What about you?
I got 3 kids, 2
You got
girls
3
and a
kids?
boy. My oldest daughter's 30. My son is 25.
You
and
don't
my-
look old enough to have a
Well,
daughter
thank you, man.
30.
I'm 48 years old. 48 years old. And I have 2 grandbabies, 2 adorable little girls. One's 4 and one's 2.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I love them dearly.
After a few hours of hard work, Sam and Andrew reached the end of their shift. But even when they were off the clock, Sam discovered some things that needed improvement.
Oh, well, is there like a soda or anything?
Well, Dave, you got some snacks here, you got coffee there, and over here are the sports drinks. But they haven't been giving us that. That's supposedly when it gets real hot in here, you're sweating, maybe the temperature's 90 or above.
Yep.
They say they're trying to save money, so they
Okay.
kind of pick and choose when they think they should hand that out.
Andrew expressed how he thought some of the company's policies were unjust. When it was time to reveal his true identity, Sam complimented Andrew and promised to work on making changes to their flawed systems.
And now that I've done the truck loading job, it is a hard job.
Very.
Because of the time I spent with you, Drew, I'm going to increase the base pay for our truck loaders by 25 cents an hour.
Wow.
That's a commitment of around $100,000 I'm making to you and the other truck loaders.
Wow, you're really serious.
I'm serious.
The changes that Andrew helped influence would benefit all the employees in the facility, but Sam wanted to do something that would directly impact Andrew.
I know you care a lot about your family, and for me, that's the most important thing is family. And you love your kids, and you have these 2 grandkids. So I want to start an education fund for your 2 grandkids. So I'm going to put $5,000 in for each grandkid, so $10,000. So I'm going to give you $25,000 so you can buy a car.
No, this has got to be a joke.
Nope, it's true. $25,000 so you can get a new car.
Number 3. David and Wayne from Best Western.
It's a good start, isn't it? Come and be a chef and start by washing up.
I mean, obviously, in most kitchens, you wouldn't be doing this just
I was going to say, I didn't think chefs did washing up.
Generally don't, but fortunately, it's just a recession and people not hiring, so we have to do what we can, you know.
On Undercover Boss UK, the CEO of Best Western, David Clark, started working for his hotel and resorts brand. There was a recession at the time he appeared on the show, so he wanted to get an idea of how they could recover from it. David started working at one of their hotels with the kitchen's chef, Wayne.
I'm going to get you to make a soup. So if you could work in a normal kitchen, you wouldn't be doing soups and stuff like that. Because there's only 2 of us, just help us out a little bit, you know. Okay.
So how many hours did you do last week?
I'm contracted to do 40, but I've done 40 plus overtime. Totally about 80 hours, you know.
80 hours?
Yeah.
Do you get paid extra for that?
You know, most places are not paying overtime anymore.
The kitchen was understaffed and Wayne was overworked. Despite this, though, he wasn't receiving the appropriate amount of wages for the amount of time he works. If that wasn't enough, Wayne was also working under less than ideal conditions.
Shouldn't there be a handle on this?
Yeah, it's just come off. Just put it down, so just put it down, do it here.
You're not getting new equipment?
We try and use what we got, you know. We're down to 1 oven at the moment because the other one oven doesn't work anymore.
So you're working long hours, but your equipment's a bit knackered.
We just get on with it. We just do our best, you know.
How can a chef be expected to cook when he hasn't got ovens that work? I mean, this is not rocket science, it's basic.
Wayne still worked diligently even in the horrible state he was in. David determined that the chef was incredibly underappreciated. When David revealed who he was to Wayne, he commended his passionate employee.
I spent 2 days in this hotel, Wayne, and I left feeling a complete lack of pride in that hotel being in Best Western. The great thing we have got is your passion and your hard work, despite the fact that you haven't got the resources, you're still delivering something the customer wants.
David then offered to provide Wayne the resources he needed to improve further so he could advance professionally.
Our investment is in the business and it will need that passion from you. You have that within you, so we would like you to go on a cooking course at our expense to inspire you and to do even more.
That'd be nice, I mean, because I do agree. I do think that restaurant is dynamite if it's done properly.
Number 4. Rick and Savannah from Kendall Jackson.
If you join the wine club, it's half price today. I think that's right.
And so this entitles...
No, I don't know. I'll ask her. She's yep, but it'll all be good. A little bit rusty in the sales aspect. Alexander Valley Chardonnay. Really tough to all take in a really short period of time. What can you tell me about it? Well, I can read the back of it. And then you got new customers coming in. It was very hectic, very busy. Times have changed since I was a salesperson. You know, they've come a long way, and I just haven't kept up.
Rick Tigner, CEO of Kendall Jackson, went undercover in his wine company so he could get to know both their operations and his employees better. Rick started working with Savannah. He was confident at first since he had previous experience in the job, but he quickly realized that times had changed since he last did this kind of work. Luckily, he had Savannah there to cover his weaknesses.
Anything you bought today, you would get 50% off. There you go.
Boom.
It's very flexible, so let's just say you don't like Cabernet and it shows up in the shipment. You can change things around.
You know what? I will take this.
Savannah is a lady who knows her stuff. She knew a lot about wine, and she had a great reaction with the customers, and they reacted to her as well.
Now you're part of the family. Come back anytime.
Thank you.
So enjoy. You guys got your wine.
They're in great hands here at Murphy Good Tasting Room.
Rick was impressed by Savannah's wine expertise and good rapport with their customers. When they took their lunch break, Rick learned that despite working much longer hours than she should be, Savannah wasn't even a regular employee. Consequently, she wasn't being paid the right amount. Savannah also shared with Rick the difficult life she'd gone through.
See, my mom passed away from a drug overdose as well.
Yeah.
She passed away, I was not even 2. So my dad was a single father, and so, you know, he's had his girlfriend, and then it was at the point where no one got along, and then they pushed me away, and they told me to leave, and so I did. And
So were you homeless?
I was homeless, yeah.
She's doing the best she can, but I was also thinking about those 3 kids.
Rick empathized with how hard it had been for Savannah and wanted to lift some of the load off of her shoulders. He did just that at the big reveal.
You know, I ran sales for Kendall Jackson for 19 years.
Wow.
I gotta work on my skills.
You gotta work on your skills, yes, definitely.
So I know you've been working hard. You told me that you work 6 days a week as a part-time employee. You know, you got 3 kids.
Definitely.
So the one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna offer you a full-time job.
I am overly happy.
By offering Savannah a full-time job, Rick ensured that she would be taken care of. He also told her that she was the catalyst for change that was coming to the company.
I don't think it's all sunk in yet.
You are now a full-time employee. That's a $5,000 raise.
Oh my gosh.
We've actually suspended 401ks. You know, it's $1 million expense. You know, it's people like you that need benefits and have to think about their retirement. So as a company, we're actually gonna restore the 401k in the next 30 days.
Oh my God.
How does that make you feel that that's because of you?
Number 5, Dina and Wayne from the Dwyer Group.
I'm good, I'm good.
She's out there where maybe a quarter of it's sticking off the back. That's good. But now if you can't handle it, just
I got it, thank you.
don't be shy. I was impressed with Faith. You know, she didn't hesitate moving the water heater, dragging the old one out. I like you even more and more. Nothing else, you ain't scared to try. And I think it's interesting that a woman would want to get into the plumbing industry. You know, if they can handle it, more power to them.
The Dwyer Group chairman and CEO, Dina Dwyer Owens, started working in disguise for her company that handles various services, like plumbing, electrical work, appliance repair, and landscaping. She wanted to experience what a typical day was like for her employees, get her hands dirty, and ensure that their core values were being properly implemented company-wide. Dina chose to work for Mr. Reuter, a plumbing business under her company. She's put under the supervision of Wayne, who patiently guided her through the challenging job. As they did their tasks, Wayne told Dina why Mr. Reuter was special to him.
Like with every job, every company you work at, there's things you like, things you don't like.
So what do you like?
Mr. Reuter's kind of sentimental to me. My father worked for him before I ever came along.
Wayne felt an emotional connection to the business, but at the same time, he wasn't happy with everything that was going on behind the scenes.
Raising Cain about their paychecks. They had a guy who worked 60 hours. When they gave him his paycheck, he owed them $21.20.
That's ridiculous.
How does that happen?
It's very frustrating to me to see here's a guy worried. He needs to be able to take care of his family, not worry about whether his paycheck's right or not. And we need to make a correction here.
You know, I got a family I'm trying to take care of. I'm expecting a $400 or $500 paycheck and it's $60.
Wayne revealed to Dina that he often didn't get paid the right amount, usually getting only around half of what he was supposed to earn. He wasn't the only one experiencing this either. He told Dina that he believed that some shady business was happening behind the scenes. This hurt Dina because she didn't want her company to be thought of in that way.
I'm working with the technician, Wayne. He was just revealing to me some of his frustrations with his job. It seems like there's a compensation issue in the way that they do the paychecks. Seems like every week he's having to go to the office. The finance guy doesn't seem to have a lot of respect for his opinion.
Can't fix anything if we don't know about it. So
Exactly.
It really helps to know that. And
So this is a great tech. We don't want to lose him. And we can't control everything a franchisee does. There's an independent relationship there, but we certainly want things to be done right.
Dina excused herself so she could contact the president of Mr. Reuter and make things right. Later, Dina revealed who she was to Wayne and assured him that his concerns would be addressed.
I tend to tell the truth, and that's...
It's one of the things I appreciate about you. You know, you were very frank and upfront about the things that you were concerned about.
If I expect my check to be $1,000 and it's $500, somebody's got to explain some things to me.
So I talked to Mary Thompson, who's actually the president of Mr. Reuter. I said, Mary, I'd like you to just check into this because Wayne's sharing a concern with me, and I'm going to continue to follow what's happening in this relationship. And so we'll take care of all of these compensation issues.
Well, thank you.
Many touching moments occur on the show. Click now to see the best moments of Undercover Boss Season 8.